Hello guys and welcome to the platform once again. It's good to be Chelsea fan of this weekend, and this episode is going to review Aston Villa 1 Chelsea 3, and quite an impressive performance there despite poor showing in the first half. If it happens to be your first time of being on the show with me, please do also hit the subscribe button, touch the notification bell, share the program to as many viewers as possible, smash the like button if you enjoy my presentation, and comment to agree or disagree with me in the comment box down below. Yeah, and Lukaku inspired the win in the second half, and he needed to make the statement, as he said in his post-match interview, that he needed to that performance to bounce back from injury and COVID, and so many issues are hindering Chelsea's performance, though Marcus Alonso is starting to pick up. But I think some of the players are picking up at the wrong time in that during the December, when it was not a transfer window, the players most of them were not doing well. But all of a sudden, January is knocking on the doors, and January is a transfer window, a mid-season transfer window, and some of the players seem to have lifted their game, and I don't think we are going to be deceived by that. We still need one or two players to add to the squad if we are to put pressure on Manchester City in the league and Liverpool, and then also to defend our Champions League. And Ben Chilwell will probably return earlier than anticipated, but I still think Chelsea need to look at Theo Hernandez and Lucas Digne of Everton to add to the squad there. We need a competition there, and Alonso seems to be too slow nowadays. You know how I defend Alonso, and I've even made a video for him to defend him at Chelsea, but now I think his time is up. His game is too slow. He's doing it, though yesterday he did well. I'm not basing my judgment only on yesterday, because some of the players, now that the January window is ahead of us, they seem to be getting some magical performance, like magic. They are doing well, but we are not going to be deceived by that. We need to strengthen one or two players in January, to boost our campaign in Europe and on the domestic scene. And N'Golo Kante's injury is also a concern. Now, news we pick is that N'Golo Kante also got injured. That was why he was substituted. And as we said, we need a midfield. N'Golo Kante need probably to recover well. We risk him in the Wolves game when we asked for the game to be called off by the Football Association. The Football Association didn't allow Chelsea to postpone the match, so they pushed us into the game. And if that happens, then we will blame the Football Association. And on the second one, I will blame Thomas Tuchel for playing N'Golo Kante in the Brentford game, the Carabao Cup game, at a time that I think Chelsea needed to maybe allow other players to also step in and play their part in the squad. He allowed him to come in the second half, though he came in and we got the goals, but I was thinking the game, he shouldn't have even featured in the game anyway. Yeah, that is my opinion, and it still doesn't change. Jorginho still proving on the penalty spot, but I still think we need a midfielder. They need competition. We can't have only Jorginho, Kovacic, and then N'Golo Kante and Loftus-Cheek. Even Loftus-Cheek cannot play 90 minutes. Yeah, he's a super sub, but when you give him consistent run of games, he tends not to be fit enough for those games, as we saw in December. So we need another midfielder. And our lack of midfield position is the reason why I think the coach Tuchel cannot play the 4-3-3 position. Sometimes we need to tweak the formation, 4-3-3, and allow three midfielders. And that's why Liverpool and City are playing 4-3-3, because Liverpool has got 6 midfielders also. Naby Keita, Thiago Alcantara, Henderson, Fabinho, so many of them, Harvey Elliott, about 6 of them. How can Chelsea get 3.5? Even I would still consider Ruben Loftus-Cheek as half, because he can play 90 minutes. He's good. I've not lambasted him. He's an excellent player, but he's not a 90 minutes player. So I still don't see him as a full-blown strong midfielder for Chelsea. I see him as an attacking player for Chelsea, the double pivot 8. That's where he's supposed to play, and not necessarily in the midfield. Sometimes you have 2 midfielders, and you have double 8, and you have maybe Lukaku or Havertz in front. That is the kind of position that is suitable for Loftus-Cheek there. And so he's not a properly proven midfield tackler, and so that's why I don't want to. Though Thomas Tuchel has been playing in midfield, but I don't think that is his natural position. And Aurelien Tchouameni should be looked at in January to come and join Chelsea. And then in the summer, we add Conor Gallagher and possibly Billy Gilmore in the squad there. We need more enforcement in midfield so that we can change the formation as and when necessary. Kalum Hudson-Odoi also returned to the lineup, but it's still one thing which is still not good about Kalum Hudson-Odoi is that he has to improve upon his finishing, because every player seems to be adding goals to his game nowadays in modern football. And Kalum Hudson-Odoi had the ball with the goalkeeper, with Emiliano Martinez, and instead of him to shoot well, he just played the ball just like he was passing to the goalkeeper. I mean, he has to improve on his shooting. And that is why Salah and those Mamani are different from other players. They have the shooting abilities and they try to work and improve on it every day. Kalum Hudson-Odoi should also look at that. Kalum Hudson-Odoi should also be looking at that. So he has to improve on his shooting. And so... one area, as I said, Hudson-Odoi has to improve upon his shooting. That's what abilities, because every proper player will want to be shooting well and be scoring goals to add to his numbers. That we need players. Even now, most footballers want a player that can score goals in their team. Mason Mount's issue of selfishness also came to bear in the game, as I think sometimes he has to release the balls, though he got a ball, dribble the goalkeeper. He didn't shoot well, fine, but anyway, that he tried his luck anyway, but there are some other areas in the game that he needed to shoot better. Lukaku is still not giving us the appropriate, he's still not been given the services that he needs. The players has to locate Lukaku and give him more of the balls, and that's why most of the Chelsea strikers struggle. Because most of the players don't release the ball on time and they tend to struggle. That's why on the few occasions that Lukaku got the ball, in one instant he got the winning goal for us before he won the penalty to crown it with the man of the match effort. And in one instant I saw Jorginho. Jorginho is good. Let's not say I want to criticize him. He's good. That was why in the ratings I didn't give him man of the match. I gave Lukaku. But his off the ball work rate is very slow. It's very low. Point in time he gave a pass to he intended a pass for Kalum Hudson-Odoi, and Aston Villa player intercepted it. When the Aston Villa player intercepted it, instead of Jorginho to run and recover and win the ball back, he was virtually jogging. Other players had to do that to prevent that player from going towards the Chelsea goal line. So this is the work rate that I'm talking about that Thomas Tuchel has to look at, not the organizer and what Jorginho offers on the ball. Off the ball is very poor. You saw him in the Manchester United game when he didn't control the ball well and Jadon Sancho caught the ball. Instead of him to run and go and tackle Jadon Sancho and prevent him from having a comfort on the ball, he was just standing by and being worried about the ball he lost, instead of him to go and chase the Jadon Sancho and recover the ball. So that is the kind of midfielders that Chelsea has, which is making it difficult for us to compete with City and Liverpool. With those kind of mentality, we can't compete with those big two boys up there. We need to get midfielders who are tacklers and pressers. Jorginho's pressing of the ball sometimes is very poor. He lost the ball in the tail end of first half against Aston Villa. Instead of him to run and press and win the ball back, he was jogging. And Rudiger and I think some other players had to run and recover the ball for him. Though I must admit that there are responsibilities on the field, but he has to show hunger that he wanted to win the ball back and not necessarily staying comfortable. He was comfortable, and meanwhile you lost the ball. Instead of you to run, he was very comfortable. That is one attitude about Jorginho that I don't like. Off the ball, very poor, but on the ball is very good. And we don't want only on the ball. The off the ball, just look at Liverpool and City. Those are the differences between us and them. The off the ball is fantastic. Even Salah, most at times presses and money. They press in the game. Sometimes you see some of our players jogging. So we need to improve on that. Player ratings for the game: Mendy 6.5. The goal that the own goal, I think, though it was a deflection on the head of Reece James, but Mendy should have reacted faster than he did. So 6.5. Rudiger 7.5 over 10. Silva 7. Chalobah 7. Chalobah was substituted, though I didn't agree with the formation, but in the end it paid off because Lukaku came in and Reece James has to slot in at back position, and Christian Pulisic came to the wing back position. James had 7, Chalobah 7, Kante 7, Jorginho 7.5. Other than that, you see, he got 7.5 despite scoring 2 penalties. I should have given him more because his off-the-ball work is very poor. Alonso 7, and then we have Hudson-Odoi 7.5, Mount 6.5, Pulisic 6.5, Lukaku 8.5, man of the match performance there, Kovacic 8, Christensen 7.5 there. So if it happens to be your first time of joining me on this platform, please do well to hit the subscribe button, touch the notification bell, share the program to as many viewers as possible, smash the like button, and then do make sure you follow me on all my respective platforms. On TikTok, Fawzaan Miller HT without space. On Facebook, Fawzaan space Miller space capital HT without space there. Capital H, capital T, without space there. And Fawzaan HAROON 2 on Snapchat, yeah. And on Twitter at Fawzaan1. Make sure you follow me on all my respective platforms. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me on this special analysis. Cheers, I love you. Bye-bye.